Hey guys, it's Dr. Cassandra M. Parks with Let's Learn Love here in Atlanta. And I am here to give you some dating tips if you're going off to college. College is a wonderful, wonderful time of your life, and it can be difficult because you're leaving your nest or your home and you're gaining your independence. It's a lot different than when you were underneath your parents' roof. And these are just some guidelines because you may not be able to talk freely to your parents about dating or, for that matter, getting correct information from your friends. So, hopefully, these little tips that I'm going to give you will help you navigate dating through your college years, okay? Let's get into it. The first one I would say is, don't be afraid. Just go for it. Life is too short. We are always hesitant about whether we're going to do dating, if we're not going to date, and whatever. It's the time of your life where you should try different things, experiment a little bit, know what you like and what you don't like. And one of those things is dating. So, if you're interested in dating, go for it. But hopefully, these are some more tips that, will get you going in the right direction when you date. Another thing I would say is make sure you love yourself before you start dating. And that's a big one. If you have any self esteem issues, if you don't think you're good enough, if you don't think you're attractive enough, if whatever your case may be, make sure that you love yourself first, because the first step into dating or having a relationship or loving anybody is to make sure that you love yourself. And that is very important because if you don't love yourself, how do you expect anybody else to love you? Also, if you're a virgin, that is 100% okay. You don't have to have sex. You don't have to. If that is what you believe and that's what you feel strongly about, it's okay. You don't have to have sex in college. A lot of times people get clouded judgment when they have sex because of the feelings that are involved. So if you're a virgin, it's okay. You don't have to have sex. So don't let that pressure you, okay? Something else is, don't get into a relationship for the first month or two in college. Explore, learn your surroundings. It's hard enough getting to class, getting your schedule right, learning how to eat, finding just regular friends, not anybody to date. You know, those first couple of months in college are hard. I know. I went through it. Learning your roommate, learning how to adjust without your parents, and that can be difficult. So please don't add dating to the mix of that, okay? And you don't have to date anyone at all, actually. You can just have a group of friends that you always hang out with. That is perfectly okay too. Dating is not a necessity in college. We want it to be sometimes, but it's not a necessity. Be fine with your surroundings, learn your friends, hang out with your friends, and then if something should happen to blossom from that, that's great. But you don't necessarily have to do that, okay? Uh, Learn more about what kind of relationships work for you. What does your heart want? What do you want in a relationship? Set your own boundaries. It is difficult, again, to be going out into the world by yourself, but this is a good chance to figure out what kind of relationship do you actually want. Were your parents together? Did did you see how they interacted? Uh, Maybe you want something different than that. Maybe you want something the same. Uh, what kind of things drive you towards a relationship, and what would be good for you as far as a relationship? So that's something else that you might need to study as well. I highly recommend this one. And this is, don't do the long distance thing unless you're positive that your heart can take it and that your heart is in it. When we get away from our familiar, we tend to see different things and learn different things, and a whole new world opens up for us as we go through school. And sometimes long distance relationships can lag because you're learning your new surroundings, you're learning new friends, and a lot of times it just kind of dwindles off. So, unless you're for sure that this is what you really want to do, I don't recommend long distance relationships at this time in your life. As you get older, it's good possibility that you can and are able to handle a long distance relationship. But right now, while you're just still kind of young and you're getting off to college and learning this new way, sometimes long distance relationships are a little heavy for you. Uh, but I will say this: if you and your high school sweetheart are going to the same college, I need to inform you that your relationship could change and could become different when you get to college. Again, both of you are learning new things in the world, and you find out what is good for you and what is not good for you. And what was good for you in high school may not necessarily be good for you right now in college. So if you do go with your high school sweetheart, please understand that your relationship could change. And with that changing, make sure that you're able to handle the changes. It might be for the good and it might be for the bad. But at the end of the day, make sure that you understand that you you could just be different, you know? And let's go to this route. If you don't have a high school sweetheart that you're coming with and you're coming to college by yourself, you don't have to find the quote unquote one when you go to college. You have a lot of years ahead of you. But college is a good experience. You meet different people. You understand different things now. You're going to different cultures. You're going to different types of people and individuals and mind states and classes. And it's just a whole ball of stuff. So, don't expect going to college and you find the one. You have the rest of your life for that. Enjoy college, enjoy life. And you might find the one, you may not. So don't let that stress you though. Something else I can say is if you have any control over it, please do not date anybody that lives in your building. I unfortunately made that mistake my freshman year in college, and it was one of the worst decisions I could have ever made was dating somebody that was in my dorm room. Well, not my dorm room, but in my dorm. He stayed on the ninth floor, I stayed on the eighth floor. And, just seeing him all the time, especially when it didn't work out, was really rough and really, really hectic. It was something that I didn't like, and when we were together, we kind of kept tabs on one another. We tried to make sure that somebody wasn't sneaking out, and it was just really dumb, at the end of it. But I would say, if at all costs, please try to avoid dating somebody that's in your dorm. Once you do start dating and you realize that you like this person and you're learning to communicate and things of that sort, remember, it's okay not to text that person 24/7. They're establishing themselves as well in college. They have classes, they have life, and it is hard, and sometimes your feelings can get hurt if someone doesn't text you back fast enough, or they may forget and things like that. So remember, you don't have to text the person all the time because they're trying to get through college as well. So try to be a little understanding with that, okay? Don't disconnect from the world when you start dating somebody. I know, that feeling of love and, infatuation and want to be around them all the time. And we have a tendency of forgetting stuff, but that's not good. If you're missing appointments, if you're not talking to your family and your friends other than the person that you're dating, that can become a problem. So remember, don't disconnect yourself from the world. Allow that person after a period of time to come into your world, but don't disconnect the world that you already had for this person. Because what happens if you don't make it? Then you've lost out maybe on your friends and your family that, could have been there for you. And that can also hurt their feelings as well. So remember, don't disconnect yourself from the world. Something else I would say, of course, is be smart and safe when you do have sex if you do decide to have it. College, you don't have anybody there to tell you what to do and not to do. And sex is one of those. The only thing that I can implore to you is make sure that you're safe. Having a child early in life can be difficult, especially when you're in college and you're trying to get your degree. Make sure that you take the proper precautions. Make sure there's birth control. Make sure you have condoms. Make sure you know how to properly use them. On many campuses, they have a health center, health, some type of health clinic, and they give you those items as a part of their services. So make sure you go stock up on condoms, stock up on birth control, and if you don't know how to properly use them, make sure that you go and you ask how to use them. Not only that, it keeps you from having unpreventative pregnancies. It also keeps you from getting a STI or STD, and that's very important as well because some of them, of course, as you know, stick with you for life. So make sure that you're perfectly safe when it comes to sex as well. Okay, say we're in a relationship and you're getting all these different types of people coming towards you and wanting to, date you and things like that. If you are in a serious relationship or if you are dating somebody exclusively, this is very important. Don't throw that away for a college hookup. And that can be very that can be difficult sometimes because this is something new to you. You like hooking up with people. You like, the variety of different people, and and that's okay as long as you're doing it safe and responsibly. If that's what you want to do, but make sure that you're not dating somebody. And if you are dating somebody, there's two things. If you're dating them exclusively, meaning that it's just supposed to be you and that other person, and you've already established exclusivity, then hooking up with somebody else is not good at all. That can hurt your partner's feelings, and that's not fair to them or you because that's just something that is poor judgment and poor taste at that time. If you do want to see other people, that's perfectly fine, but please inform the other person that you want to deal with other people so they won't be caught off guard. They won't think that you're exclusive, and maybe they may want to do the same thing. Make it even, make it fair, and don't, avoid the hookups if at all possible, especially if you're in a relationship. Another reason why I tell you to kind of avoid the hookups is because hookups affect everybody differently. Some people, they're able just to hook up with people and it means nothing to them. It's just a simple hookup. It's just quote unquote sex to them. But some people get emotionally attached and it hurts their feelings, and that can really damage a person as well. So if you're going to do that, make sure that you know the effect of the person and understand that it can affect somebody differently. Um, One other thing I would say is be very careful when you drunk text somebody that you're on and off with because it may be somebody that you said that you're going to make a better decision with. You're not going to deal with them as much, and you end up getting drunk at a party or getting in some getting out of your normal realm, and you start texting them, and then they text back, and then a whole thing can lead to it, and then you realize that is something that you really did not want to do. So if that is the case, make sure that you know from the beginning, kind of have a buddy there with you if you're drinking or doing something like that, and be like, kind of watch out for me. Make sure I don't text a certain person because, again, that is something that it can happen, but if you really don't want it to happen, and make sure that you have somebody to stand by and kind of help you guide you through it. Okay. So say you're in a relationship and you're dating somebody and it's not making you happy. And if your relationship isn't making you happy, don't waste your time with it. Unfortunately, Relationships are supposed to make you happy, and sometimes they don't. So, if you're not happy in your relationship, if you are feeling that somebody is, you know, doing something that you don't like, or is it something that's going against your principles and your boundaries, end it. You don't have to stay in a relationship. You don't have to take that. Be gentle, be kind about it, but talk to your partner and let them know, this isn't working out for me. I'm not happy like I used to be. Going back to, if this person stays in your dorm and you're in a relationship with them, then that can make it difficult. So that's why I said that earlier. Don't try not to date somebody that's in the same building as you. But if you're not happy, move on. This is college. There's plenty other people there. Learn this too. A failed relationship is not a death sentence, guys. It's just a failed relationship. Understand that, some things, it's a trial and error period. Some things you're gonna like, some things you're not gonna like. And if you're not happy and it ends, it's okay. You have plenty of friends. That's why I told you too. Make sure that you don't cut off your friends and your family. When you get into a relationship, your friends will be there to help you through the rough times. They'll talk to you. They may make you laugh. They may take you out, and it can be a rough time. But with the friends that are around you, they'll get you through. The One of the last things I want to tell you is, don't be afraid to make a mistake. We're young. Well, you're young, but you're young. It's okay. We're going to make mistakes. I'm grown. I still make mistakes, but I learn from them. Just learn from them. If you did something wrong, learn what you did wrong. Learn how to fix it for the future. Don't beat yourself up about it, but make sure that you understand and you learn from the mistakes that you made. This is really important. If you have a failed relationship in college that you're dating and you're just feeling very horrible about it, if your mental health is at stake because of this relationship, you need to seek help. And that is very important. Again, there are services on your campus that can, you know, help you. You can go talk to counselors. You may have a coach. You may have anybody, but go speak to someone, because that is very important that your mental state is correct. Make sure that you're okay. At the bottom line, you got to make sure that you're okay. No matter what, don't let your relationship hold you back. College is yours. Don't let anybody take that from you. Understand that it's okay. You know, you are okay, and enjoy college. College is the one of the best times that you'll ever have in your life. You'll meet lifelong friends. You'll get an education, and it's just your way of entering adulthood. So again, my name is Dr. Cassandra Parks. If you would like to contact me, I am on Let's Learn Love on all social media. Check out my podcast where I talk about different items and things. And if you just want to talk and you need help navigating a little bit more, contact me, okay? Again, my name is Dr. Cassandra Parks, and I have had a blast just giving you these tips for today, okay? So be safe, have a good school year, and I'll talk to you soon.